We begin our journey in Los Santos, 1992. Our main character is Carl C.J. Johnson. He left Los Santos 5 years ago for Liberty City, seeking to escape the crime and problems of his past. However, a tragic event forces his return. His mother, Beverly Johnson, has been murdered. This devastating news brings him back to the familiar, yet dangerous streets of his old neighborhood. As soon as CJ arrives at the Los Santos airport, he is stopped by a group of corrupt police officers. These officers are part of the anti-gang unit known as CRASH, and their leader is the manipulative and ruthless officer Frank Tenpenny. Tenpenny and his team immediately frame CJ for the murder of a fellow police officer. They threaten him and his family, forcing CJ to cooperate with them. This event pulls CJ back into the criminal world he tried to leave behind, as he is now under Tenpenny's control and must do their dirty work. CJ makes his way to his old home on Grove Street. He finds his older brother, Sweet, and his sister, Kendall. The once strong Grove Street family's gang is now in a state of disarray. They have lost much of their power and territory to rival gangs, particularly the Balas and the Vagos. These enemy gangs are openly dealing drugs, which are causing major problems in the community. CJ sees the decline of his neighborhood and his family's legacy. He decides that his first goal is to reunite his family and restore the Grove Street families to their former strength. To achieve this, CJ starts working with his childhood friends, Ryder and Big Smoke. Their initial efforts are focused on small but important tasks to regain respect and control. They start by tagging over rival gang graffiti throughout the neighborhood, showing that Grove Street is still present. They also participate in drive-by shootings to weaken the Balas and Vagos. They reclaim specific territories through direct confrontations, taking control of blocks from enemy gangs. CJ also helps Sweet with gang operations and defends their home from attacks. These early successes bring Grove Street some of its lost power, and they begin to push back against the drug dealers and rival gangs. However, during these missions, CJ starts to notice strange behavior from Ryder and Big Smoke. Their actions sometimes seem suspicious, and their loyalty begins to be questioned by CJ. The shocking truth about Ryder and Big Smoke is revealed during a mission known as the Green Saber. The Grove Street crew is on their way to a meeting, but it turns out to be a massive ambush. The scene is chaotic and violent. In the middle of the gunfight, Sweet is critically wounded. While trying to help Sweet, CJ discovers the devastating truth. Ryder and Big Smoke have betrayed them. They have been secretly working with Officer Tenpenny and the Ballas gang all along. This ambush was planned by them. Because of this betrayal, and with Sweet now badly injured and in the hospital, CJ is arrested by Tenpenny. Tenpenny doesn't take him to jail in Los Santos. Instead, he exiles CJ to the remote and rural region known as the Badlands. This is Tenpenny's way of removing CJ from Los Santos and keeping him under his control. Isolated in the quiet, dusty countryside, CJ is forced into a new, difficult part of his life. He is still under Tenpenny's power and must perform various dangerous and illegal tasks for the corrupt officer. These tasks often involve delivering packages, destroying evidence, or eliminating targets for CRASH. Despite this, CJ starts to meet new people and form new alliances. He encounters the Truth, an eccentric, older hippie who often talks about government conspiracies and grows illegal crops. CJ also spends time with his sister Kendall's boyfriend, Cesar Villalpando. Cesar, who leads the Varios Los Aztecas gang, becomes a very loyal and helpful friend to CJ, providing valuable support and information. CJ's journey eventually takes him beyond the Badlands, leading him to the bustling yet dangerous city of San Fierro. In San Fierro, CJ begins to establish new ventures. He sets up a garage, recruits a team of skilled mechanics, and starts rebuilding his influence. His main goal in San Fierro becomes dismantling the Loco Syndicate, a powerful and far-reaching drug operation. This syndicate is responsible for supplying a large amount of drugs to the streets of San Andreas. CJ systematically works to destroy their operations. This involves stealing their cars, bombing their warehouses, and taking down key members of the syndicate, such as Jizzy B, T-Bone Mendez, and Mike Torino. Through Caesar's continuous investigation, CJ gathers irrefutable evidence that confirms Big Smoke and Ryder's deep involvement in this vast drug network. The destruction of the Loco Syndicate not only hurts the drug supply, but also strikes a significant blow against his former friends and their criminal empire. With the Loco Syndicate successfully neutralized, CJ's path takes him to the bright, neon-lit desert city of Las Venturas. This city, famous for its grand casinos and complex organized crime, pulls CJ into the world of the mafia. He reluctantly becomes involved with Salvatore Leone, a notorious and volatile mafia boss from Liberty City. CJ assists Salvatore with various dangerous casino operations, including intricate plans for major heists. These actions further expand CJ's criminal network and influence across the entire state of San Andreas. He becomes deeply embedded in the city's criminal underworld, learning its secrets and gaining power. During his time in Las Venturas, CJ isn't just involved in these operations for personal personal gain. Every mission, every alliance formed, and every job completed is a strategic step towards his ultimate objective, accumulating the necessary resources and power to finally return to Los Santos. His determination remains unwavering. He is focused on two critical goals. First, to orchestrate Sweet's release from prison, and second, to finally and decisively confront and eliminate the traitors who ruined his life, destroyed his family, and corrupted his home. The anticipation of this final showdown fuels his every action and decision. The long-awaited moment finally arrives. CJ makes his return to Los Santos. The city he left is now a shadow of its former self, completely consumed by widespread gang warfare, rampant drug use, and deep-seated corruption. The destructive influence of Tenpenny and Big Smoke has turned Los Santos into a virtual war zone, a clear sign of their unchecked power. With the combined strength of his new allies from across San Andreas, CJ sets in motion a complex and dangerous plan to secure Sweet's release from prison. The reunion between the brothers is filled with emotion, a mix of relief and urgency. They cannot afford to waste time, as their beloved Grove Street is devastated, their home territory barely recognizable under the control of rival gangs. The fight to reclaim their turf begins immediately, a brutal and necessary process to cleanse their sacred ground. CJ and Sweet lead their gang in intense turf wars, pushing back the Balas and Vagos block by block. The final acts of this epic story unfold in a series of intense, high-stakes confrontations. Ryder, the first of the betrayers, meets his end in a dramatic, high-speed boat chase across the water, culminating in a fiery explosion. Next, Big Smoke, who has retreated into the opulent but heavily fortified confines of his drug palace, is cornered and eliminated in a fierce, climactic gun battle. CJ fights his way through multiple floors of armed guards before finally confronting Smoke. With his former friends, now enemies, dealt with, CJ's ultimate, deeply personal target remains: Officer Frank Tenpenny. The corrupt officer, now desperate and on the run after his various crimes are exposed, leads CJ on a chaotic, high-speed chase through the very streets he once terrorized with impunity. The chase culminates in a spectacular and ironic fashion. Tenpenny's vehicle careens out of control, resulting in a fiery crash right back on Grove Street. The once untouchable officer, defeated and broken, draws his last breath on the very streets he had so mercilessly exploited and tried to destroy. With Tenpenny finally gone and the orchestrators of betrayal eliminated, a new era dawns for the Grove Street families. CJ, Sweet, Kendall, and Caesar gather, united and looking towards a brighter, more hopeful future for their family and their beloved city. The game concludes not just with a sense of justice served, but with a powerful message of resilience, the strength of family bonds, and the enduring hope for the rebuilding of their lives and community. Grove Street, for life.
Hello, thank you for watching the video to the end. San Andreas is a long game, and it's impossible to fit everything here. I apologize for any mistakes or omissions. This is the first video of the channel, and if you want other games of the GTA series to come, you can specify it in the comments.